listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static. In today's episode, since the 2023 contract year, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has considered insurance agents to be third-party marketing organizations. But what exactly does that mean for agents? The umbrella of TPMO regulations covers a lot. We recently published an episode explaining those rules for agents, but you may still have questions about specific scenarios and information. We've compiled a short list of frequently asked questions we've gotten on TPMO Medicare disclaimers, so hopefully these will answer questions you may have. Joining me in the studio today, Tina Lamoureux. She's going to help by asking the FAQs. Welcome, Tina. It is great to have you here.
Thanks, Sarah. It's great to be here. I just wanted to remind agents that if you haven't listened to our episode, Insurance Agents as TPMOs, What CMS Compliance Regulations Mean for You, be sure you put that next in your listening queue. You can find the link in the episode notes.
Great reminder on that episode. And since we defined it there, I want to be sure we define it here as well. Let's start with a quick refresher on what TPMOs encompass. CMS defines third-party marketing organizations, or TPMOs, as, quote, organizations and individuals, including independent agents and brokers, who are compensated to perform lead generation, marketing, sales, and enrollment-related functions as a part of the chain of enrollment, end quote. It then goes on to identify the chain of enrollment in two separate parts of the Federal Register. One mentioned for Part D plans and the other for Medicare Advantage plans. Now, let's jump into our list of frequently asked questions for TPMOs.
Number 1. Is the TPMO Medicare disclaimer for agents required on materials created by the plan that I'm using and distributing to clients?
No. If the document was developed by the plan, like say the summary of benefits, and you're using it exactly as provided by the plan, the disclaimer is not required. However, if you alter the document, the disclaimer needs to appear. Also, please note the TPMO disclaimer is effective for all materials and sales interactions for enrollment effective dates of January 1, 2023 and beyond.
Number 2. Does the TPMO disclaimer have a required location on written materials?
No. There is no specific requirements on where the TPMO disclaimer must be displayed on written materials. However, the disclaimer does need to be prominently displayed somewhere on actual materials.
Number 3. What materials need updated with the TPMO disclaimer?
You should add the TPMO disclaimer to the following resources. First, your website, where it should be electronically conveyed when communicating with a beneficiary through email, online chat, or other electronic means of communication. And then second, the TPMO disclaimer should appear on marketing materials, including print materials and television advertisements, developed, used, or distributed by the TPMO. It should also be read on sales calls within the first minute.
Are there any other details agents should know?
Yes, we recommend providing the TPMO disclaimer on all materials where it is possible to do so in a font that is easily read and understood by the recipient. Additionally, keep in mind that other disclaimers or marketing requirements may exist. We have gotten questions about business cards, and if your business card contains nothing more than your contact information, we see little risk in omitting the disclaimer. We do refer agents to CMS marketing and communication guidelines for further details. And you can also find more information on compliance on the Ritter Docs site. We will have both of those linked in the episode notes.
Number 4. Is the TPMO disclaimer required to be included on a social media post marketing my business and including my phone number?
The answer to this one is yes, as specified by CMS. If a social media post is being used for and meets the definition of marketing as noted in the Medicare Advantage communication requirements, the TPMO must include the disclaimer in the post. Additionally, other disclaimers or marketing requirements may exist. Again, please refer to the resources in the episode notes for more information.
Number 5. Do agents' marketing materials without MAPD or PDP plan premiums, cost sharing, or benefit information still need the TPMO disclaimer?
The TPMO disclaimer applies to all materials used that meet the definition of marketing. If the material does not include MAPD or PDP content, or is not intended to be used for MAPD or PDP plan marketing, then the material does not require the TPMO disclaimer.
Number 6. If I'm sharing lead data with my downlines, do I have to get written consent from the prospect first?
Yes. Even if you're sharing personal beneficiary data within your agency, CMS still requires you to obtain express written consent. We recommend incorporating a disclosure and signature process into your current processes as much as possible. When it comes to reporting of non-compliance, CMS requires MA plans and Part D sponsors to oversee and implement a mechanism of oversight of all agents, brokers, and other TPMOs who engage in sales and marketing of their plans. Sponsors must make this mechanism robust enough to record and report, at least monthly, to the sponsor's CMS account manager any moderate to severe violations.
Can you give us some examples of these potential violations?
Examples include, but are not limited to, credentialing issues like licensing, appointment situations, and testing requirements. Failure to comply with CMS marketing requirements can result in a violation. For example, misleading information, cherry picking, or unsolicited contact. Fraudulent enrollment practices, like enrolling beneficiaries without consent, is another one. CMS is currently battling that on the ACA side, but I think those rules have shown how seriously they take fraudulent activity. And then repeat offenses, such as scope of appointment issues, lack of permission to contact documentation, and cross-selling inappropriately. Those are violations that can add up and become a bigger problem.
That was our final question for this episode. Compliance can be an intimidating subject, but remember, you're not alone. Here at Ritter Insurance Marketing, our team is dedicated to educating and assisting agents in many areas.
So true. We've got a lot of resources for agents, both from an experience standpoint and our content. If you're not already, consider partnering with us to unlock a toolbox of sales, training, education, and marketing resources. You can learn more about registering with Ritter by using the link in our episode notes, or head to our website, ritterim.com, and click on Register.
Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next episode.
The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an Integrity company. Script adaptation and recording by Tina Lamoureux. Additional recording and production by me, Sarah Ruppel. Podcast design by Urban Rivera. Artwork by Vivian Zhao. Follow along with our show wherever you like to listen. Rate and review our show on Apple or Spotify.